Well, with thunderstorms out there this evening, I know it's an oddball time, but I decided to do a Facebook Live video here quickly so I can update you guys. I also feel increasingly likely that we are going to see some strong to severe in our area for tomorrow. So the second part to that is, since I do feel like we've got that opportunity out there, I felt like that I would kind of go ahead and roll a Facebook Live video. I will tell you guys up front, I can't go as long on the Facebook video tonight because I got some things I need to do, but I will go until 8:30. So what that means is, I know we try to reach our share goals every night. I will tell you guys ahead of time, it is going to be harder tonight because you have less time to do it. So share early, share repetitively. We need to get to 1,000 tonight. If we do, tonight would be 86 nights in a row above 1,000 shares. And of course, you guys know that tomorrow, if we were indeed to see any severe weather, I will do my best, of course, to put that out there in a Facebook Live video as well. So there's a lot of reasons to follow on my Facebook page if that's of interest to you. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my 2 shares. So I'm going to share this over to WDRB News and then quickly share it over to WDRB Weather, and then we'll jump into our discussion tonight. So an interesting one. Like I said, I feel more likely and confident that, based on latest data, that we are probably going to see some strong to severe storms in our area on Friday. So that's going to be probably where we spend most of our time. If you guys are new to my Facebook page, first off, thanks for joining. Second, remember that we set a share goal every night. Why? The reason I do it is it makes it something fun to go after. Our share goal tonight is going to be 1,000 shares, as it is every night. So if we make it, it'll be 86 nights in a row. Remember, we got 330 people in here. How do we get to 1,000 shares? Each of you share the video 4 times. Easy. Let's have them all shared 4 times before we get to the end. That way I can focus on your questions and not focus on saying share the video. After you share it, by the way, 4 times, comment down below. So let's open it up to our discussion here. We're going to start on what we have going on tonight. So first off, what you'll notice is we actually have some showers that made their way into the metro. You can see there's not a lot, but we've got a shower right now, northern Shelby County, light. We've got a shower in the west end, shower west of PRP, that's near Webster. And then here is a solid area of rain, a downpour in Muldraw. That one's in the northern part of Hardin County. And then we've got another thunderstorm near the E-Town area. This would really comprise where we have thunderstorms, and you can see with live lightning on here, we just got a lightning strike off to the northeast of E-Town, and anybody in E-Town can probably verify that as they're hearing some rumbles of thunder. In motion, you can see these storms making their move off towards the north and east. So these storms will move across, if they last, into the metro in the next 2 hours or so. Where we're going to have to start to watch is, you can see there's an area where there is basically a little boundary between Champaign, Illinois, through around the St. Louis area. And I'm going to show you future radar, and you're going to see why that one comes into play. First, we look across our area here. The timing, let me remove one of those arrows. The timing being midnight, and you can see that there are some thunderstorms in our area. They don't look that strong. They're not going to be severe. So, from a perspective of this evening, you're going to see some, if you catch a thunderstorm, a downpour. The likelihood of it being severe is very low. So we'll look at advanced track, and we can see a couple of these lasting through around 3 or 4 in the morning before that area pulls away, and we have another area that develops along that boundary to the north. And that, I think, is going to be something that's kind of important for tomorrow. First, the data is showing the surging to the south. And let me tell you guys, when you get an area in the morning, normally not severe, but this can be where you see those shelf clouds that can be stunning. So if this develops in the morning, look outside, you'll see one of those low-hanging clouds, what we call a shelf cloud. I'm sure we'll get a lot of what we refer to as shelfy pictures tomorrow morning as this cluster moves in. And you'll notice it dies out as it approaches the Ohio River. Here's where this becomes super important for tomorrow. That's going to lay down what we call an outflow boundary right along the Ohio River. And as we heat, this should be a focus mechanism to generate some storms tomorrow. So let's look at the conditions that those storms would then be forming and working with tomorrow. And what you will remember when we talk about our severe weather equation, We look for instability, which is developed by warmth and moisture. We look for wind energy. And finally, we look for forcing. And I think anybody that's been outside today knows that instability with warmth and moisture there. So it's a hot, humid day, but at the same time, it didn't generate severe weather. Reason? Very, very weak mid-level flow in our area. So let's pick this thing up tomorrow, identify the time frame, and look at the data. So we're looking at 11 a.m. on Friday, and you can see this little boundary that's located near the Ohio River. Watch what happens as we move into the evening. We start to see that boundary drift to the north, and then start to reignite tomorrow evening somewhere in southern Indiana. You'll notice that advanced track at 9 p.m. along that boundary generates strong to severe storms that then enter our metro area and anywhere between late evening and around the 2 a.m. time frame. And it's very clear when you look at this that the data is showing some stronger thunderstorms. By around 2 a.m., those storms extend from Madison, Frankfort through E-Town, and then Saturday morning at around 4 a.m., those storms are pulling away from us and leaving behind. So what are these going to be working with? Well, let's look into the evening tomorrow at the fuel values. And you can see those fuel values, in particular in our western counties, at around 9 p.m. tomorrow, approaching 2,000 units. So the question is 2,000 units enough to support severe weather? With wind energy, absolutely, positively, yes. And you can see that instability generally remains in our area Friday night into Saturday morning until that cluster of storms moves through, and then it basically wipes out all of the fuel from our area. You will notice that that fuel again redevelops, in particular southern part of our area, Saturday afternoon and evening, which will be a different story I'll talk about on the news at 10. But this would then also give us the opportunity for some stronger thunderstorms on Saturday if wind energy is present. So let's then be clear here. To develop organized severe weather anywhere from the surface to 6 miles above the ground, we need wind energy to be in greater than 35 knots, which is 45 miles an hour, or 40 miles an hour or greater. So let me say that one more time. Winds have to be anywhere from the surface to 6 miles above the ground, either 35 knots, which is 40 miles an hour or greater. So let's first look at the time frame the storms come through on Friday. And what you will notice when you look at these little wind barbs is they're right at 35 knots or 40 miles an hour. So while this is on the lower threshold of what would support organized severe weather, this does meet criteria. And with plenty of fuel, in my opinion, that means it's likely that some of these storms will be strong to severe, in particular late tomorrow into tomorrow night. On Saturday, let's look at the same values and look for wind energy. And when we look at the wind energy, we see the same neighborhood, 35 to 40 miles an hour. So the bottom line is, let's put this together. I feel like we will see the storms that move through this evening is not a big deal. I feel like tomorrow evening, anywhere, let's say, between 7 p.m. and around 2 a.m. How quickly is still a little bit unclear within the data. But in that, I feel like tomorrow, in that time frame, we are indeed likely to see some of those storms being strong to severe. So if we get severe, what are the main threats? Damaging winds and hail would be the main threats. Then on Saturday, we see a lull in the morning, and then storms redevelop in the afternoon. And with fuel, in particular the southern part of our area, and wind energy that's enough to support organized severe, my feeling is along and south of the parkways on Saturday, in the evening, we could see some more strong thunderstorms. So those are the two time frames. Both of them would be primarily damaging winds and hail as the main threats. That's where we stand on these next two nights. I know there's going to be a lot of questions. I told you guys in the beginning I won't be able to do as long of a Facebook video tonight because I got some things, unfortunately, I have to take care of at work. But what I would need you guys to do, please, let's get above 1,000 shares for the 86th consecutive night. And the way that we would do that is by sharing a lot quickly. I need at least 2 to 3 shares from everybody in here in addition to what you've already shared. And we'll easily make it over the share goal, and you guys won't hear me talking about it anymore. So share 3 times each, guys. Comment down below after you give me 3 additional shares, and I'll give you a shout out. And let's open it up to questions. Brittany's asking about Saturday. I don't think it rains all day Saturday, but I think there's an early and late chance. I'll go more into the timing on WDRB News at 10 o'clock. But I think from a severe perspective, I think your better chance will be Friday in DePaul. Joanne's joining out of New Albany, saying, hello, Joanne. Hope you're having a great evening. Cody's saying, going to Newport Aquarium on Saturday. So what's it going to be like there? Saturday, there's going to be some scattered thunderstorms in the evening, most likely. 11 shares from Alicia, thank you. Allison, rather, with 4 more shares. Brandy with a share, thank you. Sherilyn with a share, thank you. Rita's asking, when's the storm risk greatest tomorrow? I think in the evening and the overnight hours tomorrow. Nelson County for tonight. You could see some showers, thunderstorms. I'd put it at a 30%, but I think the chance of strong would be better tomorrow. Chris with 6 shares. Thank you, Chris. Rita with a share. Thank you. Sue Ellen's asking about any more issues out of E-Town. So there still are some thunderstorms, and there still is the chance for the next couple of hours for those storms. Anthony's saying baseball game at 5:30 tomorrow. Will we get that in? I think the evening is the better chance, but there is a chance in the evening of storms. Joanne with a bunch of shares, thank you. Donna's asking about storms possible this weekend at Lake Nolan, or Nolan Lake. Answer is yes, Saturday would be the best chance. 5 more shares from Jason in Valley Station. Thanks, Jason. Angela's saying outdoor event in LaGrange on Saturday. Do I think there could be storms? Yes. I think in the evening would be there would be a morning and an afternoon chance. I think that the afternoon chance is probably going to be the better chance. Let me update you guys on our shares so you know. 7 more shares from Serena. That's what I like to see. Larry's saying, I like you, Mark. Let me pop up in the corner of my screen. I don't know what that one means. Catherine with 4 shares. Thank you, Catherine. 10 more shares from Tina. Thank you. Allison is asking, Vine Grove, will it be bad? Honestly, here's the answer. So you look out the window, you say it's really hot outside, and you're like, oh man, this is way, way hot. And it's, let's say, 90 degrees. And then you have somebody that comes in from Phoenix to our area, and they say, man, it's not hot at all outside. And what you start to realize is that there is a term called perspective that plays into this very big. So you may consider a bad thunderstorm what's out there tonight. However, if you're from Oklahoma where we saw tornadoes, or we see tornadoes all the time, you might say that's not bad at all. So using the word bad is basically impossible to use to describe storms. Tanya's asking about Saturday if it's an all-day rain. It is not. Sandra with a share, thank you. Judy with 8 shares, thank you. That helps us get to our goal. Emily with 10 shares, thank you. Brittany's saying, thinking about heading to Cumberland Falls Saturday or Sunday, which would you choose? I personally would choose Sunday. I like Sunday. Rachel with 5 shares, that helps, thank you. 10 shares from Amber, that helps us get to our goal, thank you. Rosemary said, thanks for all I do. I appreciate it, guys. I knew that tonight would be a shorter video. I knew that it would be hard to get to our share goal because we're rushing. At the same time, I trust you guys. You guys make it every night. So I knew even with 20 minutes, you guys would probably get there. We're at 8:42, guys. We've got 5 minutes left in the video. Please continue to like, love, and most importantly, share the video. Everybody share this video 2 more times and we'll easily get over 1,000. Nathan noted the records in 2012. Yeah, so on this day in 2012, 5 years ago, it was 105. 105. Brittany's asking about good weather for camping. Again, good weather. If hot and humid is good, then you may not like it. But I will tell you, Sunday, Monday look like days that would likely be dry. Casey's saying, was his B-Day, can he get a shout out? You got it. Carla with a share out of Lebanon, thank you. People asking about rain on Saturday. I'm going to go more into the timing on Saturday rain on WDRB News at 10 o'clock. Somebody asked about the 4th. Could there be storms? Yes. But the data is struggling whether it's going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And that's something I'll go into more detail at 10. Emily with 2 shares, thank you. Shakia with 20 shares and invites. Thank you, Shakia. 17 shares from Grant in Simpsonville. Thank you. Sarah's asking about Salem. This evening, unlikely. Tomorrow, I think evening, overnight, we need to watch you. Christy with 15 shares. Thank you. We are sitting at 850 on our shares. 2 more shares from Sandra. Let's share it away, guys, so I can not ask you for any more shares tonight, and we could just make it over the number. Perla is asking if the weekend's looking great. No, there's rain and thunderstorm chances. Saturday's a better chance. I'll go through more details at WDRB News at 10. Radcliffe has fireworks Saturday. They could be impacted. It's possible. But I feel like evening would be more likely than after sunset. Chris is at about 10 or 15 shares. Thank you. Serena's asking how many shares we're up to. Let me update you guys. Mark from PRP with a share. Thank you. Share from Tracy. Thank you. We are at 1086. So we're above 1,000 shares. Let's bump it a couple more times just in case, because weird Facebook, sometimes the metering can be off a little during the live video. Let me quickly tell you guys what I'm going to be discussing on WDRB News at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, top of the hour, we've got thunderstorms in the area right now. Who should expect that rain as we go through the overnight? WDRB News at 10. At 10:22, I think we could see some severe weather late tomorrow. We've gone through some of the timing. I'm going to go through an update that timing and the threats on WDRB News at 10:22. The new North American Mesoscale computer model, which is clutch in these kind of situations, comes in around 10 to 10:20, so I will update you on my thoughts at 10:22 on severe prospects for tomorrow. And then WDRB News at 10:37. We've got a long 4-day holiday weekend for some. I think 2 of the days are going to be great. I think 2 of the days carry thunderstorms, and I'm going to talk about how thunderstorms impact this holiday weekend and the 4th of July on WDRB News at 10:37. So what do you need to, or when do you need to tune in? At 10, at 10:22, and 10:37. If you ever wonder why I give you the times, I know life's busy. I know you guys got a lot of things going on. I know that it's hard sometimes to devote 45 minutes to a newscast in the middle of the evening. This way you guys can just set a little alarm in your phone, turn them on every night, and that way your alarm goes off 2 minutes before I go on TV. That way you can get the weather information that you guys need. We've got 90 seconds left on the video, so we still have some time for questions. Remember, I will be discussing weekend and 4th of July timing on WDRB News at 10. Jimmy's saying WDRB weather is the best. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Dwayne saying hello. Dwayne, hope you're having a great night. Mandy's saying alarm set. And I just offer that because I think it helps a little. We're closing in on 1,200 shares. So let's perspective this. 86 in a row above 1,000 shares. That dates us back to January. That is 6 months in a row of Facebook Live videos with above 1,000 shares. Seriously? That's crazy, guys. Please give yourself some likes and loves, and let's see some woohoos down below, because that's incredible. 6 months in a row above 1,000 shares. You guys basically break the record every single night. I am blown away always and humbled by your support in my Facebook videos and me on TV, guys. You guys allow me to have a job. You guys have brought our Facebook page almost to 205,000 people, which is crazy. And you guys have made WDRB News #1 in so many time slots, and I just appreciate that. It's humbling, but it's also super, super cool. I love you guys for that. I really, really do. I'm going to rest my voice for a little while, guys. Remember, I'm on WDRB News at 10 o'clock, at 10, 10:22, and 10:37. I know you guys always support me on Facebook. Remember to support me on TV as well. That is always important. And remember, even after the video ends, you guys can continue to like, love. You can continue to share the video. Let's bump that number up, and you guys can continue to comment down below, so I'll take a look even after the video ends. I'm going to rest, guys. I'll see you guys on WDRB News at 10.